Okay, yay.
Yeah, it's on and popping. Alrighty. We're in there. Okay, I think I'm in the frame. I think we're good. So the most important thing is to remember that for us all to know that all of us are here for a specific purpose. And it's different. The main purpose that we're here for is to be of service and to pursue our happiness. And so we all have a different way that we can be of service to humanity, to our brothers and sisters. The method that I use is high levels of confidence and maintaining the intention of making this world a better place. So whenever I choose to be all in with something, I'm maintaining the highest levels of integrity. I'm maintaining, and that has to do with, integrity has to do with a lot of things. Honesty, mainly, being honest not only with yourself, but to other people and with other people.
Yeah.
And transparency to me is absolutely essential, because transparency is what opens up the opportunity for longevity and consistency. So when I think about being all in with something, the first thing that comes to my head is removing fear and doubt. And then after that, what comes to mind is the highest levels of integrity through honesty and transparency.
Yes. So, with that being said, like, what are some of the benefits that you can pinpoint from having this all-in mentality, and then what are some of the drawbacks of having that kind of mentality?
Well, okay, I think that the best, so the pros and the cons. I'd say let's start with we'll start with the cons. I really don't know any cons for being and maintaining high levels of integrity. The only, I don't know if there's nothing. I mean, off the top of my head, it's tough for me to think about a bad thing. Now, I guess the only bad thing that it is that you could make out of that is whenever people are transparent and maintaining high levels of integrity, and like during the first moments of doing that, sometimes we feel like we're in a vulnerable position. So I guess that would be the only, I guess, negative thing. But feeling like you're vulnerable is necessary to a certain degree when we're maintaining high levels of integrity, because what's essentially happening is we're putting ourselves out there for critique and or judgment, and a lot of us can't handle the critique and judgment. And what I recommend for most people is to definitely, what I did was I humbled myself to be open to all types of critique and feedback, and not get my feelings or emotions tied into the feedback and critique that's coming in.
Yeah.
That's really important. Now the pros, the positive part about maintaining high levels of transparency and being all in and having high levels of integrity, the pros is like an infinite list, because what we're doing is we're focusing all of our intentions strictly on that which we would like to manifest. And maintaining that type of laser pin focus and laser focus on what our intentions are is what allows us to open up the gates of abundance, what I like to call.
Yeah. Yeah, so what has, with what you just said right there, what has this type of mentality done for your life, and how has it influenced the work that you're doing?
Okay, so the best thing that I can, the influence is when we're able to maintain the highest levels of integrity, we're opening up the opportunity for solid relationships to manifest. So from doing this in the last 10 years, being on this path of holistic wellness, what I have noticed is that I'm attracting the type of person that I am is what the type of people that I'm attracting.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's so important too that you mentioned that, because I know we talked about this too before, is that, you know, with the way that you act and the things that you do, you end up attracting people who share those same qualities that you do. So,
right.
You know, with that being said, you know, with the all in and mentioned before, high levels of integrity and things like that, what has that done, or how has that helped you in the work that you are doing right now?
How the phone was breaking up a little bit. You said, how was I?
Oh no. Yeah, so I said, how is that? So how has all in mentality doing the work that you're doing right now?
Well, specifically like right here with this situation that we have. I just hired a marketing team, so shout out to the Mars Collective. They're the best marketing team on planet Earth right now, providing astronomical marketing services. But so I recently hired a marketing team, and I decided to literally go all in with them. And that's that's trusting the process. It's trusting, like you and I'm all in with the Crooked Illness podcast. And by being all in with the Crooked Illness podcast, I'm able to fully trust you that you're going to be authentic, genuine, integral, and we've agreed to come together for the mission of making this world a better place. And when we're attracting these types of people to our human experience, there's unlimited and infinite potential vested therein. So after you and I crank this episode out, I imagine it's going to leave an opportunity and open up an opportunity for a recurring appearance opportunity where we may not be able to touch on everything on this one. So hopefully we'll be able to link up again and then continue to support one another's efforts.
Yeah, of course.
And continue to attract the types of people that are necessary for us to continue to carry out the mission.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's so important, because I know, you know, something that you said right there is that if you, the way that we are and the way that we see things and perceive things and the way that we think influences more than we understand. So when you have this mentality where you're all in on things, and I know that you related that to having high levels of integrity,
right.
What advice would you give to people who are trying to transform the way that they think or view the world, and they want to see it more positively? What advice would you give to people like that?
Okay, so, well, first of all, if you're living a life that you would like to generate more positivity in, and if you feel like your back is against the wall, I want to let all of our listeners and watchers know, Paris and I are dedicating a large portion of our human existence to making this world a better place. If you feel like your back is against the wall, call my phone number. It's 214-815-8555. All right, grab a pen and paper. Again, it's 214-815-8555. And literally shoot me a call, call me up, shoot me a text. I promise I will respond. It's completely irrelevant right now. So let's think about all of the things that have happened to us in our lifetime. Without all of these things happening, you cannot be the awesome human being that you are today. No one is here by accident. even if our parents didn't necessarily plan for us to be here, no one is here by accident. And I want to make sure that our watchers and listeners fully comprehend what I'm about to say. Everybody, every spirit, every soul that has chosen to physically manifest, or what we call incarnate, any spirit or soul who has chosen to incarnate onto planet Earth has made a conscious decision to do so. So that takes us out of the victim mentality and more into an empowered position where we recognize that we chose to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And by choosing to be here, we have gone through a whole chain of events, a whole chain of life experiences that makes us the awesome man or woman that we are today. So being able to really harness and accept that power, that not only did we choose to be here, but we get to choose where we go from this point forward in this now moment.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get get our backs off the wall. Let's get our backs off the wall and truly recognize this moment of empowerment right now.
I love that. I love that. You know what? Because it's like what you said earlier with, you know, how that relates to the all-in mentality and what you just said right now.
Yeah.
You know, making the conscious decision to go all in on yourself.
Right.
On yourself and your passions, your dreams, your hopes, whatever it is that you want to accomplish,
right,
or whatever it is that you feel like you aren't capable of accomplishing. If you take these steps that you mentioned previously, then you will be able to change the way that you see yourself, the way that you see the world, the way that you see what you said before, like the experiences that have happened to you that might have been positive or might have been negative. You will be able to take that and turn that into something productive.
Right, and acceptance is a big deal. That's essentially what this is all about, is accepting the things that you cannot change, and then basking in a sea of gratitude for what you can influence and what we can do. And what we can do is infinite potential vested inside of each and every one of us. So what you can do is whatever you want to do. People ask me, what's the meaning of life? And it's like, you could spend a whole lifetime finding the meaning of life, or you could spend a whole lifetime giving meaning to your life.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about, is let's figure out a way, how can we bring meaning to our human experience? And that's a hack that you have discovered. You're creating content to help make this world a better place. And I'm really honored to be here with you, Paris. Thank you so much again for having me.
Yes, and I'm so happy that, you know, we were able to connect and have that conversation, that initial conversation that really inspired me and got me interested in putting this episode together and really having you come on here and talk about this. And you did it in such a way that is not only so beautiful, but so relatable. Yeah. Because I feel like no matter where you are in your life, anyone who's listening to this, no matter where you are or where you're going or where you've been, you can take this message that Medina and I have been talking about and apply that to any aspect of your life, any aspect you want, any aspect that you're trying to work on, anything that you feel is not good for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
you know,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna let go of the things that don't serve our highest good, and and by letting those things go, we're going to attract that which is in full alignment with not only our highest good, but our greatest potential, our higher self, and engaging in behavior that our future self would appreciate.
Yes. I'm so glad that I was able to, you know, actually make this a reality and put this episode together and really have you share your view and perspective on this. And if you guys are not familiar with Medina, you should definitely go check him out on his website. It is called lovemedina.com, and on there he has information on events, how to book him. He's a keynote speaker at various events, and he also has links on there to all of the other podcast episodes that he was featured on, and he also shares his work on there as well. So if you guys would like to check him out, you can see him on that website, which is lovemedina.com. And I can definitely tell you guys that there will be more future episodes and collaborations between the two of us, because I just love the message that you just shared. So,
yay! I'm super excited about the future.
I know. I'm so glad it worked out, even though, you know, we had a little bit of some technical problems earlier. We still were able to make it happen, and, you know, this conversation, and you were able to share so many really powerful pieces, and, you know, he's just a great guy. So, you know, thank you once again for coming on.
Most definitely. It's truly a pleasure. I wanted to remind everybody that I also have what I call Third Eye Music on lovemedina.com. So it's music with a message. And I also wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to be putting this particular podcast on the homepage. So you will also have your own little spot, Paris. And Crooked Illness is going to have its own little spot dedicated to your show. And I'm going to have links to what she's got going on lovemedina.com as well. And so I really want to encourage the watchers and listeners to also visit Paris's previous podcast episodes, because I got a chance to investigate a little bit and listen to some of the episodes that she has, and it's very life-changing content. So y'all also check her out as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. And, you know, I'm really glad we can make this happen, and I definitely look forward to doing more episodes with you in the future. So
Yay.
Thank you.
And then if anybody out there is wondering, you know, where did this guy Medina come from? Where did he get all this information? A lot of this information came to me through deep meditative states that were induced by sacred plants, traditional Native American plants that we use during ceremony. And I've had several ayahuasca experiences, not only being a member of the ceremony as just like a regular member of the ceremony. I've also had an opportunity to lead these types of Native American traditional ceremonies. And so this has really humbled me, and it's opened up my mind on a level where most people die before they even get a chance to knowing this stuff. And before we let our listeners and watchers go get back to whatever they're doing, I want to mention the 12 universal laws, because the 12 universal laws are extremely essential for us to be able to leave fear and doubt behind us. It was a very important and essential tool that I was able to discover through conversations with people at the School of Metaphysics, students, and faculty. So I highly encourage everybody to look up the 12 universal laws. If you've heard about the secret law of attraction, that is number 7 out of the 12 universal laws. All the 12 universal laws work together with one another. They're never not in effect, so they're consistently and constantly at work. The first universal law is the law of oneness, and it explains that all of creation is one, is connected. And so whenever we're able to really truly bring that in, then it also helps us to remove fear and doubt from our human experience.
Yes. Yeah, guys, go check that out. And, you know, thank you so much. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Peace, Paris. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Paris is an absolute human angel. I'm so honored to be collaborating with her on this Crooked Illness podcast. Like I said before, please do yourself a favor and visit lovemedina.com. If you like this current episode, Don't be shy to check out her other episodes from previous topics that she's covered. When it comes to going from illness, which starts with an I, to wellness, which starts with a W. Okay? So we're going from illness to wellness. Illness starts with an I. Wellness starts with a we. That's W-E. So we want to be able to engage in behavior that is going to attract wellness. And how do we attract wellness? We're going to maintain high levels of gratitude. Because being grateful is what allows us to keep the gates of abundance open. All right? So we're going to leave you guys with that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in right now. I got a little bit of work to do. I got to start sharing and putting this content all over the internet. If you like what you see, there's more on the YouTube channel. All right? So go to thelovemedina.com, click on the YouTube link, and it'll take you straight to the previous podcast that I've done within the past couple of weeks. And make sure you like. Please subscribe if you like this type of content. I would be honored for you to have you as a subscriber. And I promise it's only going to be epic content. Epic, life-changing, positive vibes, unconditional love vibes on that channel and on the Facebook and on the Instagram. Connect with me. I love you guys so much. I'm done talking. Peace. Let's see. We got shout out to everybody who was watching, by the way. There we go. We're gonna finish. Oh yeah. Okay, so I got 3 people still on. Whoever's still on. 3 people still on. Thank y'all so much for being on. I sent you guys a wave. I don't have somebody to send the waves whenever y'all do come in. So thanks again for checking it out. Please leave a comment below if you like what you saw. Please let me know. And really, if you really like what you saw, I would encourage you to the highest levels to please share this media. All right? We really want to be able to touch as many hearts and lives as humanly possible. So please share it. I would deeply appreciate it. And I'll share whatever you got too. All right? Peace, guys. Much love. Oh, shout out to Milkweed. What up, Yeshua? Let's get it. Let's get it.